Journal entry, 31st of the month of May, in the year of our Lord 1166. The crisp, salty air blew in my face when we set sail to Sardinia to compete in my first grand tournament. The kingdom at peace. Could life be any better? I said my farewells to Valence, who will rule in my stead, and set out to follow the footsteps of my grandfather to fulfill the promise of my own legend. Hubris. I remember my grandfather's words now. Hubris is the downfall of man. Cecilia, my beloved sister, who had accompanied me with her husband, sat in the stands cheering me on during my contest of wits when suddenly the construction collapsed below her. Her scream interrupted the proceedings, but alas, when they finally freed her from the rubble, she was lifeless. My heart is no longer in the tournament. I will do my best, of course, as is my duty as knight and king. She was a good woman with a bright future, and her loss will be felt for years to come. I shall pray for her soul that now surely rests with the Lord. Yeah, that has certainly overshadowed the whole affairs. We have employed new people in court positions. And of course, I will complete this grand tournament, but at the same time, this is the first time that Enric has suffered loss, and it is not a feeling that he particularly relishes. But time moves on, and things will have to continue. So after he has lost some coin and at a game of dice in his sorrow, and got drunk, we will wait for the next event, and we will actually have to see if we can. We improved our equipment. That's good, and we've got a new martial perk. Can I do that from here? Yes, I can. And with that, we can get the organized march. So that's that sorted. But we're not actually qualifying. So we do need to improve our chances. And I think, let's see, this is faith, this is popular opinion with the locals, reduce stress, maintain artifacts, and that would be sabotage other people. Now I think we'll have to return to the tourney grounds to try and improve our chances to actually qualify, because right now we do not qualify for the contest of wits of the recital of poetry. So let's see. What can we do? Go ill-fated, go faster. I hear a man's voice echo across the grounds. I look up to see a small thing hurrying through the sky like a little black bolt of lightning. Soon enough it swoops down towards a finishing line. Bah, you must have cheated. Your bird cannot fly that fast. Just look at her. She's shaped like a brick. The angry loser shouts, with the winner looking smug. Stress is relatively high, so we could get some falconer experience, lose some stress, or increase our score. I don't think we have a falconry competition, but I don't know if this counts in general. Yeah, that does count. So now we are actually qualifying. So that was the purpose why we went here in the first place. So now we shall wait for the things to begin. Well, let's have a quick look around things at home, just to make sure that nothing has gone awry in the meantime. News from home arrive, and word was given that Valence has given birth to Charles, Prince Charles of Toulouse. We definitely are going to need somebody to look after him. I believe I'm already having 2 wards. Yes, I've got Guillaume and Aldebert, so Charles will have to be under somebody else's tutelage, and he comes after his mother. Definitely. Who do we have? My brother-in-law. Yeah, he can do that. So he can look after him. And that gets us back to the tournament activities, where we are waiting for the recital to begin, to see how well how well that is going to go. And it would be good if we could lose some stress from the whole affair. But let's see how it goes. The entrants mill about the main tent, warming up vocal cords and memorizing stanzas as the crowds fill the amphitheater. All right, time to show the world my skill. I will not be betting. Gambling is not a good idea. Another verse done, another smash it with a crowd. Okay, so we're in a. So one of my opponents is rehearsing his lines with something of a scowl on his face. He's clearly less than happy with the reception he's getting. Perhaps he is maidenless. Oh, good grief. We could annoy him. Honestly, I don't care about him particularly, but I could get a 12 trait experience in wit, and I'm going to need my wits because this is all about the recitals of poetry. So we'll increase our score, and he hates me. But, well, maidenless he is, and that is no fault of mine, but all his own. It only takes a line of verse before the murmurs start. Zerval is up on the stage, quite brazenly reciting lines from a popular local ditty. Discontented grumbles among the crowd begin as he continues. Oh, so he's been plagiarizing. Something doesn't quite add up, I muse. Surely he would be familiar with that song, being as he is of the same. I think he's from the same culture. A small memory jumps to forefront of my mind unbidden. The labourer who had constructed the dice had been whistling that very tune. Back on stage, Zerval meanders to a verbal halt as the crowd explodes with jeers, a few choice vegetables raining down on him as he shields himself from the projectiles. I think this is... I could do a diplomacy challenge to persuade the crowd and gain 10 stress. I could join the crowd and gain 40 stress because I'm just, or 10 stress because I'm just. So we'll give it a try. We'll see if worst case we gain 10 stress, which is what we're dealing with anyway. So, but we have a chance of losing some stress, which I think. And I did persuade the crowd, so that's good news, and I've lost some stress from this. Justice, after all, prevails here. Night begins to fall on the scene, but torches light the competition as it continues. I talk to myself under my breath, readying my lips for the next round as I reminisce about the happenings so far, like when another competitor managed to plagiarize a well-known verse. I step forward to take my turn, ascending the steps to the dice. It's time for the final verse. Final verse. So 60% chance to improve, 40% chance to improve, 40, 20. And that the negatives are 18, 35, 35, 23. I think we're going to stewardship diplomacy. That's a combined chance of 75% that things aren't going to get worse. And I think it went well. Yes, I finished my final verse, but the crowd haven't waited for the ending. The cheers drown out my words. Flowers landing around me on the stage as I make my way off. I am winning. The precious few competitors left to go and even less time. It all comes down to this. Oh no, it actually went really poorly. Okay, we will see if we can still turn it around, or if we are out. We lost some stress here, and we have won. A trumpet sound, the crowd clamors, competitors begin to assemble. After many trials, some tribulations, and above all, some truly spirited competition, we have our final three. The third place, Boss Svidrigalia, second, Master Zerval, and King Enric, our victor. Okay, I have proven my worthiness. I did actually win, which gives us some, gives us some renown and some good traits for everything. Next up will be wrestling. We are qualifying for the wrestling, so we don't necessarily have to go to the tourney grounds, but I believe it is. I believe it might not be a bad time to visit the temple and pray for the soul of my sister. So I take a moment into myself in the small temporary Catholic of Cagliari, Aramundu, standing a respectful distance away. Pondering in the presence of God, I find myself wondering what it is that I wish in my heart of hearts to see from these days of revelry. I am looking for inner peace, definitely, after what has happened. So that's what we're going with. Things haven't gone so well with Queen Valence's attempts at filling the coffers, so we're sending her to promote authority instead. And it looks like the Count of Rosselot, the Kingdom of Aragon, is sending me a humble gift, the renowned stag hide. Sure. Thank you very much. So we have become the owner of the stag hide. The question is, what am I doing with it? Oh, it's probably a court artifact. So we'll instruct the queen to, what should we do with that? Yeah, we can hang it up here. So we shall hang it, and it'll give court grandeur bonus and things. So thank you very much. It is much appreciated. All right, back to waiting for the wrestling to begin. We're at 236 coin after I have squandered some in the tavern. But we're not yet at 100 baronies to upgrade the legend. So for now, we'll stick with as things are. All right, wrestling it is. So I have 24 prowess, which is nowhere near as good as my father and my grandfather before me, especially my grandfather, who was a mountain of a man. But I will do my best, and we will see how that goes. Why am I not wearing my fine battle axe? There we go. Don't quite know why that wasn't equipped, but that should be equipped. There we go. Because that also gives us 11 prowess. That's more like it. I mean, wrestling is not going to be doing me any good, but I think I can take him. So so I am ready, and there's nothing like a good wrestle to truly bring the senses to life. Everything is sharper, brighter, more distinct in sound and sight and smell. It's enough to make a man feel superhuman, and perhaps depriving one of a sense, one would do the opposite. I contemptuously weave left to avoid an incoming grapple, and as he recoils, unleash a mighty two-handed clubbing blow to both sides of his head. He bellows in agony, trickles of blood rolling out of his ears. It's clear this bout is coming to a quick conclusion, but the wild attempts at a grapple being thrown in my vague direction implies going to get his revenge or be felled trying. Diplomacy challenge. Ask him to... let's just make this quick. So I get my chance to improve. We're at 97%. All right, so let us lock up his warriors, prowess, diplomacy, and with that I think we have won at least this round in the wrestling bout. Hand on his shoulder, a deft trip and an almighty heave, and I catch him off guard, and that's it. We have knocked him out, and with that we're on to the next round, the semi-finals. Up against Boz Svidrigalia of the Dragons of the Blade. He is getting on there in age, but he is an absolute giant of a man, and he's strong to boot, so his advanced age should not be taken lightly. So let's begin with that. And what can we do? What happened? As I disengage from a brief clinch with Svidrigalia, I catch him by surprise and grab him by the neck. Completely unprepared, his neck audibly cracks from the impact, the force causing him to scream in panic. The crowds erupt, but the raucous cheers quickly die down to whispered confusion as I loosen my grasp. The moment my arm had made contact, a sickening pop signals that all was not well, and the pain juddering through my finger confirms some manner of dislocation. So he's gathering himself, and I've dislocated my finger. So I could do that, but that is not going to go well. I could just concede, not happening. So we could get a dislocated finger for a year, or we could have a 20% chance to fix it, but I don't. It's gonna reduce my score even more, and so I'm just gonna use my other hand. So I might still be able to win this. Let's see. The crowd bays for blood as I stagger forward to confront my opponent again. I cut off away a red rivulet from my forehead and consider the fight so far, musing about when my finger popped out of its socket. The bout is close. One mistake of either of us could end in an instant. And again, we shall lock up as warriors, and that worked out well. And I think in the end, I have managed to defeat him. But yeah, do not underestimate. In a profession where people die young, do not underestimate people who have been around for a long time. A hand on the shoulder, death trip, and there we go. You catch him off guard, and we knocked him out. Who is going to be? It's going to be Wali Barakat Ibn Barakat of Ashir. And he looks fierce. Definitely somebody to take seriously. So let's go for it. I can do this. He's the last one. Cuffing some dirt away from my eyes, I steady myself as the hoots and hollers of the crowd rain down around me. He's a little way away, the pair of us having disengaged briefly to catch our breath. We begin to circle each other slowly. One wrong move could end this fight in an instant. As we circle, I notice a small puff of dust being thrown up under his right foot every time he takes a step. It's almost like he's limping. So we could we could see if he's bluffing or not, that is going to increase my score, or we could we'll see if he's bluffing, and I think we are at the final stage. He may have bluffed, but I have him after all. And I think in the final stage of the wrestling, I shall be victorious. And that means, I think, I come up in the end as the victor. I have proven my worthiness beyond doubt. I actually won, and I get accomplished grappler out of that for 5 years. And some renown, and definitely some prestige. And next up is the horse race, and once again we do not qualify, so I have to head over to the tourney ground. My knights stand assembled for the day's training, their attendants laden with kit. Guichard and myself stand before all. Knights, what you do not know, asks humbly to be taught, urges Guichard. Together we represent the king, let us together prepare for our glories. Command us. Okay. I think we could watch our opponents and learn their weaknesses. That is going to cost me some stress, but it's only 10 stress. We get moderately increase in score. We could simply practice, and that is going to lose us some stress and get us a slight increase. We could get we could do something else like shooting bows. Or I could ask Guichard to best everyone. I think we're just going to get everybody to draw our swords and practice. There we go. And now with that we are qualified, which is great. And we've got 50 days until the last contest begins. Meanwhile, my court musician greets me at court this morning, eager with the news of the tip of his tongue. I believe that King Ermenegildo of Aragon is almost convinced of the veracity of the legend. He's aware of the tale and seems entirely enraptured of it. Let's see if we can persuade him. It's a 53% chance that we get the neighboring king on our side. And we have convinced him. So let's have a quick look at the spread of the legend now. So we've got another legend promoter. And oh yeah, that has definitely, we're at 80 baronies already. So we're close to being able to upgrade the legend. And we are definitely, yeah, I think once we are completing the tourney as well, then things are, or the tournament, then that'll definitely count for something. All right. We have another free. Another free option to see somebody. I think the artisan quarters would be interesting now. All right, he's cutting a piece of cloth. A couple of tables have been disposed to display his works. Stockings and head coverings, hoods and sleeves. Opposite, a hearth lightly burns. Are you looking for something to adorn your attire, my lord? I can see that you've also brought certain artifacts from the capital. If I may, I've always wanted to examine the Toulouse master's work. Also, he could improve my artifacts. Let's see. What can we get? We could get decorative ribbon for additional prestige for the renowned stag, so double the prestige gain. We could buy the bright feather, which is really not that great, and I don't have a slot for it. We could get tournament banners and our score increase. We're already very good to qualify. Or we could just get some prestige. I think we're going to take the decorative ribbon for 15. That sounds like a good option. All right, we're already qualifying, so it's only 30 days until we are going to compete for the final part of the tournament. One last step before the final stage. I think we'll have a look at the village and we'll see what's going on. A group of women have taken one of the houses as their primary weaving workshop, and I can clearly grasp that they're having a lively conversation about the ongoing tourney. I lean in on the window, with great care to remaining unnoticed. And that man, Abd al-Malik, I can't believe they caught him yesterday in the act, one of them says, while expertly weaving some threads. So he seems to be... We learn a secret of him, but yeah, I can maybe learn a thing or two from their knowledge. I'm not that interested in the secrets, but we get some lifestyle experience out of it. And in 10 days, we are going to compete once more in the horse race this time. The finest horses in Cagliari, adorned in the colors of their owners, are led around the track as the heralds announce the contest's commencement. The riders mill around as they wait for the beasts to arrive, some stretching, some eyeing each other up. My fastest horse, Endurance, has not gone unnoticed by the breeders and gamblers. Okay, that will be quite the race. So I could bring. Let's see. The horse race nears, and the idea of entering my warhorse, Tenkendur, instead of my racer, Endurance, has been on my mind for days. I couldn't be riding him myself, but he has spirit nonetheless. So that is... it just said that this was the fastest horse. So I think his place is on the battlefield, and I don't want to risk him getting injured or anything. So we'll leave it as is. My horse is all set, of course, but the beast is nothing without a capable rider to control it. As a result, I find myself with 3 potential riders arrayed before me, all clamoring for the honor of being allowed to represent me. First is my knight Guichard, a fair candidate considering his experience handling horses. Another instant volunteer is my courtier Mufarij, who perhaps wants to justify my hospitality. The last one is a complete stranger to me, a local man of no note whatsoever who goes by Geoffrey Du. Geoffrey Du? He doesn't seem to be particularly qualified. So let's see. We could get Guichard. Guichard has experience with as a rider, definitely. We could. This man has no experience. He's more of an administrator. No. We'll go with Guichard. That also improves the accolade that's behind it. So we'll do that. And the horses thunder along the track, their coursing bodies obscured by clouds of dust, the cursing and yelling of their jockeys inaudible amidst hoofbeats and the roar of the crowd. Still, you can tell that Guichard is utterly focused on a rapidly approaching turn. As the others slow to take the sharp bend in stride, he spurs hard. With just a finger's breadth to spare, Guichard and Endurance slip between those ahead. An incredible maneuver. The crowd gasps as one. So, good grief. I could get my cavalry to train with similar boldness. That would be. I don't have any light cavalry for pursuit, so it doesn't really make much of a sense. And it costs 115 coin. That's not too bad. That's a lot. We could get daring scouts. That's travel speed. Don't really need that either. So that's definitely a moment worth 1,000 tellings. So let's go with that. And we will see how it ends. Among the commoners attending the race, it is no secret who holds their favor. Peasants look upon Muzaffar of the Blue Necklaces rider with equal parts amour and admiration. They swoon as the horses thunder past and cheer as Muzaffar loads his rider to the crowd. He watches the race smugly, knowing his rider has the undivided support of the crowd. I wonder, perhaps with the right encouragement, I may be able to turn the crowd's attention towards Guichard instead. 50-50, or I could suck up to him, not really seeing it. Behold, my noble rider. And I do turn the crowd, which annoys him to no end. The horses continue to thunder around the course, the remaining riders sawing at their steeds' reins to urge them even faster. It has been an eventful race already, I think, remembering when all the audience were enamored by a beautiful jockey. There is only one more lap to go. I lean over the edge of the stand and shout down at my rider as he passes. Okay. Hit them in the face. Grab their reins or go faster. So hit them in the face has a 40% chance that something goes wrong. Extra pay doesn't work well. That's a 50% chance. 57 or 36%, but on a very small chance of making things better. I think we'll ask him to hit him in the face because this is Guichard Denis. He is an evil opportunist anyway, so I know what he likes. Let's see if that works out. My rider's ploy worked. My horse surges towards the round and the final bend into the home straight. Only moments to go now. My horse is bolting free of the chasing pack. If it can hold off my rivals, we'll win. The crowd reaches a crescendo. The riders urge their steeds on in unison. The finish line looms. And that completely went wrong. So we will see if in the end, I think we lost. Did we or did we win? I think we won. We may have won. Endurance crosses the line as the crowd erupts, closely followed by Sheikh Shaiban's Seklawi and Master Zaval's Lightning. Beautiful stallion. We win! And we got champion racehorse for 5 years, which is great. And that went really well. So I'd say all in all, I think we have done, I would say we've done my sister proud. The sun comes down on the final day of the tournament and the massed crowds begin to disperse. I find myself ruminating over the results. My horse finished first in the horse racing. My mastery of verse saw me the worthy winner of the recital. I was an indomitable opponent and took first place in the wrestling. And Barakat's sharp mind outthought all adversaries to win the board games. I fulfilled my goal of winning a contest. I look forward to the next one. So I've got what have we got? We've got the prize earn, and we've got 14% night effectiveness. Ooh, that's pretty good. And this one isn't quite as good. Prize earns nothing to, not bad. We might be able to put it in the court, but this one is definitely good. I might actually be able to use it myself. We'll see. And with that, we got 57 legitimacy and a lot of experience here. We've we have level 2 on wit, which gives us 1 diplomacy and 5% lifestyle experience. We've got some prestige from the horse, and we've got 1 prowess from the foot trait. So 2 diplomacy, 1 prowess, 5% prestige, 5% lifestyle, and improved vassal opinions as well. What a great occasion, all in all. And with that, the ceremony is about to end. We shall finish the grand tournament, and then we are going to be on our way back home towards Toulouse. How have things gone at home? We have a plague that is the measles are breaking out in Tübingen, but that's, I think, a little bit far. Ogier de Stout has finished increasing, and he's still around. He's 79 years old, has become reclusive in his old age, but he is still around, the old man, and has finished his task of increasing control. So I think now I can get him back to training commanders, and with that, that's my knight effectiveness, man at arms damage, and toughness, and that would just be knight effectiveness. So the Royal Guards. So we'll do that for now. We do have a dynasty legacy available to us, so we could get the living legend disc trait upon completion of a mythical heroic legend. I don't think we have the. Is that a mythical heroic legend? It's a legitimizing legend, but not a heroic legend. Can we upgrade this by now? No, we're at 84 still. So we could keep going down this. How do I get a mythical heroic legend? Okay, that would be probably the third trait. But I think we'll complete the heroic bloodline. I don't really see anything else that we necessarily need to do here. Fertility, that's acceptance, that's opinion, noble veins, congenital traits, dread, that's cost for hunts and feast. House of Warriors, knight effective, that's not bad as well. Traditional wedding, language scholars, and rightful rulers. Legitimacy. Legitimacy might actually be something. It might be something that instead of keeping the legends alive, legitimacy might also be an interesting one. But for now, we have the Living Legends Dynasty legacy. Where do we have that? I'm not entirely sure how we can get there from the upgrades. But before we travel back, the last thing we're going to do today is to see what I have here. I had this necklace. Which slot would that? Is that a trinket slot? Can we equip that? Yes, that is a trinket slot. So we've got, I think this one is learning. I like that. This one is prestige and spouse opinion. This is prestige, and we do have the rabbit's paw. I think I'm gonna remove that. Get the rabbit's paw in. Then we have this one is prestige. This is also just prestige. We don't need the mercenary hire or romance, so we can unequip that as well. And that leaves me. I've got this one. This is renown plus 2 monthly renown plus 2%. That is actually probably not a bad thing as well. Well, we'll take this one, and then this slot is gonna get this one. There we go. That's how I wanted it. So we've got learning, prowess, prestige, knight effectiveness, and renown. And I still don't have a crown. That's something we'll have to figure out at some point. But I think we have another one that we can display in the court. So what do we have here? The prize urn, which is short reign duration reduced and court grandeur bonus +3. So let's have that displayed. And I don't think I'm still actually suffering from, not stress level, legitimacy. I'm not sure I still actually even have the short reign part, but we do need to get the legitimacy up to level 4 for all the vassals to be content. But yeah, we will be returning home, and we shall, after which has been a long journey, we shall travel the lands of Aragon and the lands west of Toulouse to get to know the local rulers better, and then we will finally return towards the Kingdom of Toulouse and to see how my children and my wife have gone on. Can we teach anybody anything? No, not yet. Okay, we're all good. So we will see how things have gone on. I've definitely gained some experience out of the whole thing, and I feel like my legend is definitely going to be legendary. We'll upgrade that once we reach 100 baronies.